Hey there, Sovereigns. Monica Grace from cardreadingqueen.com here. Today's content is called Twin Soul Help when your 5D understanding doesn't match your 3D reality. So very juicy. I'd love to tell you how to get and stay connected to myself, Monica Grace, and my website, cardreadingqueen.com. So that's where you can get free content and updates. Go to facebook.com/cardreadingqueen, cardreadingqueen.com/YouTube, instagram.com/cardreadingqueen, twitter.com/MonicaGraceCRQ, pinterest.com/cardreadingqueen, dailytwinsoul.tumblr.com, and linkedin.com/company/cardreadingqueen. Additionally, any freebies that I mention in this content, you can find them all at cardreadingqueen.com/freebies. So there's an entire list of things. All you have to do is sign up using your email address and we will send you the content for free. So definitely check that out. Again, that's cardreadingqueen.com/freebies. So Twin Soul Help when your 5D understanding doesn't match your 3D reality. Let's talk about what the situation is around this. So basically, you are feeling energetically that you are connected to somebody, maybe that you have feelings for them, they have feelings for you. The feelings are really strong, and that's causing them to not be in contact with you, or to it's causing a lot of upset between the two of you. In the physical, they may even be blocking you, ghosting you, ignoring you, hurting you, having in and out energy with you, and so on. So basically what you're feeling in the 5D is a ton of love. What you're seeing in the 3D is just not what you want to see. It's not very loving in the 3D. The 3D and the 5D don't match. You are trying to ignore the 3D illusion for the 5D reality that you are experiencing. So because of this, you can maybe continue to reach out to them. You're still trying to make the connection. You're trying to express yourself to them. You're trying to honor your truth. And even though you've done all your healing, the 3D illusion persists. And so this is a very common scenario on the Twin Soul journey. And I wanted to talk about what's really going on here. So how can you manifest the 5D in the 3D? What's going on? What's not working? Why isn't it working? I know many of you are either have experienced this or are experiencing this right now, where you're doing your work and you've got the spiritual work going, and in the 3D things are still just not really lining up. So what do you do in this situation? And the answer is to do your spiritual work. You may be saying, but I've done my spiritual work already. So here's what it is. The journey, it's about shifting you. It's not, and spiritual work as well is about shifting you. It's not about shifting another person. A lot of times we are doing the spiritual work in order to shift another person, which is just kind of an energetic control, basically. So do your spiritual work for yourself. And I'm just going to be honest here. Your higher power and you know who you're doing your spiritual work for. So if like you're saying that you're doing your spiritual work for you, but in the back of your mind, you're doing your spiritual work for your twin soul to come to you, then it's not really going to work. So do the spiritual work. Doing it is a win-win situation for you, especially when you do it you're doing your spiritual work for yourself. So either the person is going to be drawn toward you as you step deeper into the truth of who you are, or the spiritual work is going to help you heal your attachment to them so that you can release them. So either way, you're going to find peace through your spiritual work. In the sense that the person you think is your twin soul is going to come toward you in union, or, you do your work, you find peace in, in the non-attachment to them, and then you're able to release them fully and from the heart. And I think, probably everybody wants number one, but I think there's a lot of value actually in number two. And especially if you've been on this journey for a while, number one is usually why people get in the game, is to bring their twin soul toward them. But once they've been on the journey for a while, if they're not seeing those results, sometimes number two is the true relief that they can get, is just to find peace with the situation and release that person. And then often what happens is that their actual twin soul comes in. So that's a pretty cool result as well. The other thing is you have to accept where your twin is at in the 3D physical reality. So I've seen this too, where you can feel their love in the 5D, so you try to create that in the 3D, but your twin is maybe saying that they don't love you in the 3D. And so you have to really, you basically have to accept what they are showing you in the 3D and in the 3D only, and continue to live in that 5D area. So always honor their spoken and implied boundaries. Don't grab at their energy through fear, control, manipulation, attention seeking, seduction, blame. There are many other ways to grab at their energy through fear. These are just some of them. Never interfere with their relationship or marriage. And this is both physically and energetically. So, don't try to break up their relationship. Don't try to get them to cheat on their person, their spouse or their boyfriend or girlfriend. The other thing is, interfering energetically. It's an interesting idea. So maybe, I don't know what you would do. Maybe you're trying to energetically manifest away their relationship. I actually have a whole other video about this and why it doesn't work, but that would be an example of trying to interfere energetically. So it's like, no, you're not contacting them, but every day you're trying to manifest away their spouse. That is also a form of control. Never violate their desire to block you, stop speaking to you, or file a restraining order against you, or anything else. So if, basically just don't violate them. If they're showing you something, don't violate them. Definitely don't break the law. It's not worth it. Don't cheat with them, because that is also not what you want. There's so much energetically heavy there that would repel them from a relationship with you if you were to cheat with them. So then, you may be questioning, I felt something in the 5D. I'm not seeing it in the 3D. I want to get over them. I want to release them. How can I do that? So getting over a twin, let's talk about some tactics that you can use to get over them. So maybe you want to block them on social media. Maybe you want to cut cords with them and do a cord cutting ceremony. Maybe you want to write a letter to them to try to release them. My experience is that, because these are all actions that you can take in the 3D. So my experience is really that you may be able to use these to escape the feelings of the relationship. It doesn't mean that you've healed that though. Really all you've done is you've blocked the triggers for you. There's nothing wrong with this. It's okay to block triggers if you're just in a place where you can't handle the trigger right now. But as a long-term solution, it doesn't really make sense. Let's say you are just going to block them on Facebook. So then you're like, okay, they don't really exist. They're not really there. I don't have to see them. And that's okay. But you're really just blocking the upset from reaching you. The upset is still out there. If you were to see that upset, you would be upset. But you're blocking it currently. And so if you took down that block, then the upset would be there again. So it's like, I guess for me, and having been on this journey with the goal of, ascending on the journey and finding true peace and healing on the journey, I would say, why would you do that? Like the better thing to do is to receive the trigger and work through it through healing. That's my opinion. You can give these a try. I don't blame anyone for trying this stuff. I know I've tried this in my previous relationships as well, but it doesn't mean you healed it. It can pop back up again with that person, or it can pop up with an entirely new person. So the things you didn't heal in that relationship, they then pop up in the next relationship. And I have seen this countless times, both for myself. I mean, my personal example is that my ex-husband was, we had a very toxic relationship. And so leaving the relationship did clear a lot of that toxicity from my vibration. But I did attract it in my next relationship as well, because I had not cleared it fully the first time. So then I attracted it again. And, that is what I've experienced. So if, you can block the person, but, and, then you don't experience it through them, but that same trigger is going to come back through somebody else. And it may be your next relationship. It may be your mom. It may be a friend. It may be a new coworker. It could be anybody. And it'll just pop back up until you heal it. A lot of times it will pop back up worse. And the reason is because it's like the universe already gave you the chance to heal it and then you didn't. And so it's like, oh, they need me to bring this to their attention in a bigger way. So it's kind of like, that child that like they tried to fuss at you and you didn't respond. And so now they're going to wail at you. So the universe kind of works the same way. Whether you release the person or whether you stay with them, you have to heal the pattern within. So you can't really escape yourself and your own healing by getting out of the relationship. This is something I have experienced many times. I've seen it in a number of friends who have been on this journey where they like block their twin, but then now they're dating someone who looks a lot like their twin, to be honest, or has like the same issue that they have with their twin. They are experiencing it again with like every person that they date. And it's so bizarre, but man, it's really true. So I don't know if you've seen that in your experience, but that I have seen it over and over again. And until they heal it, it's like, it's not going to go away. So no matter what, the answer is, the answer ends up being to do your spiritual work no matter what the situation. It's like, you want to be with that person, you got to do your spiritual work to heal with them. You want to not be with that person, you have to do your spiritual work to release them. So either way, just do your spiritual work. So what about abusive situations? Only you can discern if a person is abusive or if the pattern is abusive. I often say toxicity is a pattern, not a person. But in the case of abuse, and this is something you have to discern for yourself, you should leave for sure. It's not your true twin soul. It could be a karmic twin. Mine was a karmic twin when I experienced abuse. But your twin soul would never abuse you, really. So you need to discern the person's intentions behind the action. I'll give you an example. So what if you have a twin soul who just flakes on you constantly? Are they flaking on you on purpose to hurt you and manipulate you? Or are they flaking on you because they have self-esteem issues or because you make them nervous? Those are the types of questions you should ask. So like the first example is probably that they are abusive. The second example is that they, it's more like just twin soul patterns that are a little bit toxic. Even if the person's not abusive, you do not have to stay with them. So just be clear on that. And then if you wish to heal with that person, they have to demonstrate a wish and a willingness to heal with you too. And if they don't, then if they don't, then the healing, you can do your own healing, and then it's really just going to vibrate you away from them. That's just the reality. So unless they also choose to make changes, it's not going to work. And the truth is that if they are your twin soul, the two of you will choose to heal together. That's just the reality of that. All right, so the next steps, what areas of your spiritual work do you want to step up on? Because spiritual work is the answer. If you are so inclined and if you think it would be helpful to you, try the reflection journaling practice. It's at cardreadingqueen.com/freebies. And then leave a comment on this posting to share your upset, your story, or your results. Additionally, if this content is interesting to you, you can go to cardreadingqueen.com/twin-soul-journey and find information about my book called Your Twin Soul Journey. It's a guide to experience eternal, unconditional, harmonious, embodied love and union with your divine partner. So definitely check it out, cardreadingqueen.com/twin-soul-journey. Thank you so much for consuming this content. I always appreciate the time and energy you put into this. I hope it was helpful to you. Have a beautiful and blessed day.